Hi, and welcome back to another edition of the Scotty Knows Show. This is episode 69.
Nice.
Nice. Um, a long-awaited episode, honestly, if I am to say so myself.
I think you can say so yourself.
Um, that's Ian. Ian's back. Ian, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Good.
Good.
Back in one spot for a little while after being on the road for what feels like forever.
Yeah, what have you been up to?
Dude, just doing the job stuff. So I've been different parks every week. So
Okay.
never sleep in the same place twice.
All right. Well, obviously over the past couple of weeks, some things have happened. Um, I'm no longer at the Capital Journal, but I have an announcement to make.
Oh boy, I love announcements.
So back in like 2013, I started a blog with Wyatt and another guest of the show, Chris, and we called it Blitz 605. Now, at the time, there wasn't a 605 sports, nothing like that. You know, so we're probably going to have to find a different name. Please suggest one if you have one.
Me personally, or just the
Yes.
people listening?
Well, both.
Oh, buddy.
We have an email. We have the comment section. Like and subscribe, of course. On YouTube and on wherever you get your podcasts. But yeah, that's coming back next month.
Is it going to be the same guys, or is it
Um,
just you now?
Me for the most part, but we'll have guest contributors. You can write a piece if you want.
I would love to.
Um, you know, basically, this means we'll probably have more athletes, coaches. I actually know a movie director that is going to be releasing a movie soon.
Cool, cool.
Um, we're going to have all these people on the show, some business owners as well to talk about their business. Um, and yeah, so that's going to be a thing that I'm going to be doing. I'm basically launching my own website.
There you go. You're like your own bar stool.
It, Pretty much, yeah. I mean, that also means, what Scotty's watching, which is a recurring segment on this show from time to time.
Sure, sure.
That is going to be a, now something that I write about instead of just, tell you about.
Sure.
Um, and eventually, the hope is after about a year or so, I will collect the best stories. And Ian, I think I'm writing a book.
Oh, sweet, dude. Writing a book. What's it going to be about?
Whatever, all the stories that I'm able to tell.
Okay.
You basically compile it all into a book. I mean, having yourself in a thing that will probably eventually be thrown away is whatever, but having your kids in a book,
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be
yeah,
real cool, dude.
yeah. So, I know some people that have published books, one of which has been on this show before. So, I'll probably be talking to them. I talked to the Dan Swartos of the SDHSAA tonight, getting a press pass again. So
Cool, cool.
I'm gonna be on the sidelines.
Nice.
Um, Part of the reason why I haven't been on the sidelines for the past few weeks, other than the fact that um, I have, have been kind of unemployed, so to speak,
Sure, sure.
is I don't have a camera. Um, that is in the process of uh, being different, so to speak.
Okay.
So, getting a camera. I'm going to be helping out one of my photography friends, Michelle Moppin Barrett, helping her out with her business, trying to get more team, getting her into the team photo sphere, so to speak.
Okay.
Also going to be, taking athlete photos, some senior pics, whatever, whatever people might want. You know, if they want a team photo and athlete photos of their softball team, we'll do that. If they want it for their high school basketball team, we can do that. All of these things, and we're going to offer different things than kind of your typical team photo with your individual thing. There'll be magnets, keychains, dog tags, posters. I think I saw a bobblehead as an option.
Oh, sweet.
I could be wrong on that. I just remember seeing something. It looked like a statue or something. I don't quite know what it was, but I don't have the thing on me. But yeah, look forward to all that information. So
That's
kind of exciting.
that's pretty awesome, dude. You're like what senior pictures are, but you're for sports. I think it's a good
Essentially,
idea.
yeah, yeah.
Nice. And so when do you think you're gonna have
Well,
it up and operational?
um,
Or is it just like future at this point?
what, the website?
Well, like your photography thing.
Oh, that's all through Michelle.
Okay, you're going through that.
Yeah, that's all through Michelle. But the website and everything that should be up and operational next week.
Awesome. Are you having help design that, or are you doing that all on your own?
I'm doing that all on my own. That part of
Right,
it.
right on, dude. Right on.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm probably gonna get like a burner phone in order to make sales. You know, so yeah, I don't.
Sure, sure. Drug sales. Yep.
You don't want people calling your home phone or your cell phone necessarily.
True, true.
So, gonna be trying to make some sales for this, get more ads on the podcast other than the one that we have coming up. Um, but yeah, that's kind of an exciting bit of news.
Nice, dude. Have you ever thought about doing a call-in section?
Like a call-in show?
Not a call-in show, just a call-in section of a show. So there would be like, ask Scotty this, or
Oh,
what are
oh,
your
yeah.
opinions on this?
Oh, like an AMA?
Sure, just
Yeah,
like that.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
I've
think that'd
always
be
wanted
fun.
to do an AMA.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, yeah. Um, this is a weird transition, but are you ready to talk about kind of what's been going on in the world of sports and stuff?
yeah. Let's get into it. A lot of stuff's happened since the last time I've been on.
Oh yeah. Um, the Colorado Avalanche won the Stanley Cup.
They did.
How do you feel about that?
I don't really give a shit. I mean, I watched more hockey this year than I ever have before.
I agree.
I really enjoyed watching the Rangers, mostly because I hate the Penguins. That was a great series. A lot of great series. A lot of 7-game series early on. The Avalanche were the best team all season. I can't say that with any kind of conclusive evidence because, like I said, I don't watch a lot of hockey, but I just did watch more this year than I ever have. So I think it was the best team, but it's really cool to see Tampa Bay like I mean, they barely got into the playoffs and they made it all the way back to the finals, just pretty much based on experience and just a will to win. It's a cool story.
Corey Perry might be the most unlucky player, though. He's been to 3 straight Stanley Cups, and he's lost 3 straight Stanley Cups.
It is quite impressive, but that's, 3 Stanley Cups in a row. At some point, he's going to get it. And if he doesn't, that's
Well,
more
he
Stanley
has
Cups
one.
than most. Right. Sure. I didn't know that because, like I said, I don't watch hockey, but it's still pretty. I mean, that's a stat nobody else has and nobody else probably wants.
No. And on 3 different teams, I think, too.
Is that true? That might be. Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, because he was on Montreal, and then I think previously he was on, I think, the Stars, and now on the Lightning. And like every team that he goes gets the Stanley Cup, but they end up losing apparently. So,
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but the way she goes.
Yep. Did you see the Mariners Angels brawl?
I did watch that.
Yeah, what you think?
I like some people are like really against fighting in baseball. I don't know if I am or I'm not. I had this conversation with my boss in the truck not long ago about how like hockey's really the only sport that like normalizes and encourages fighting. And besides like a fighting sport, right?
Yeah.
I I don't know how I feel about fighting in sports. Obviously, you get caught up in the heat of the moment. You're gonna get pretty emotional. Things are gonna happen. I think hockey players can't fight. I think that's like the last thing that I want to watch. But a baseball brawl doesn't happen very often. So when it does, I get kind of excited about it. But that's just me.
Yeah. That was all like a really wild like day because I think Ole Miss won the College World Series.
That sounds right.
And then like later on in the day, the Yankees beat the Astros on a walk-off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also they also had a team no-hitter in that series too.
Yeah, so I don't remember what it was, a 17 or 19 scoreless innings that Astros threw, right?
Yeah.
And then I mean, it sounded like it was quite a game. I think those are probably the 2 best teams in the AL, hands down. It's going to be one of those teams in the World Series. I don't want to necessarily see either, but
yeah. You also got the resurgence of the Red Sox to look out for.
Yeah. I just think it's going to be hard to knock off a team as hot as the Yankees at this point.
Yeah. Did you see the Freddie Freeman story?
I read a little bit about it, but not close enough to really remember any of it.
Okay, so he fired his agent. The Dodgers were in Atlanta this past week, and he played for the Braves for his entire career up until
a long
this
time.
Year. Yeah. And he was talking with people. Apparently, he found out that they had made a final offer that he did not know about, and that his agent didn't tell him about the final offer because then he would have stayed in Atlanta had he known about the offer.
Dang, that's crazy.
So at least that's what I'm seeing being reported. So that's why he fired his agent.
I wonder why an agent would do that.
Apparently it happens from what I saw. It happens a lot of times, because I think Freeman probably would have taken less money to stay in Atlanta.
I think you're right.
And by going to LA, he ended up making more money, which then in turn makes more money for the agent.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Seems kind of fucked.
Yeah. I got duped last night. I'm not sure.
What do you mean duped? Who duped you? How'd you get duped?
Bleacher
I
Report
took a dupe not long ago.
Bleacher Report duped me last night.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so they had a bunch of fake NBA trades or like proposed NBA trades because right now we're in the height of free agency.
Right.
It's about to happen. And I thought for basically an entire night that RJ Barrett was no longer on the Knicks and Derrick Rose was also no longer on the Knicks. And I woke up this morning to find out that they were indeed still on the Knicks. And that what I saw was just a proposed trade by Bleacher Report.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, my reading comprehension wasn't great.
That's all right, buddy.
Yeah. It appears that Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns are officially done.
Is that official?
Well, according to Baker, he says that both sides have moved on. They're just trying to find some place to trade him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So where would you like to see Baker Mayfield?
At the concession stand. Preferably serving hot dogs.
Okay.
I don't think he's that good.
You don't.
He's another washed up Browns quarterback, dude. I never thought he was that good. I didn't think he was that good at Oklahoma. I didn't think he was that good with the Browns. I think they made a team with the Browns around him, but I don't think he was the star power behind it. I think it was a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
But it's kind of crazy because, I mean, there's potential that Deshaun Watson could be suspended again. And instead of having Baker, who has led the Browns to playoff games, you have Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, that's an interesting trade-off. Get rid of the guy that got you to the playoffs with Jacob Brisket. So
yeah. And you're paying $230 million to a guy that might not ever play for you.
Yeah, that's really the part that like a lot of people can't seem to get over. But again, that's just piss poor management by the Browns.
Browns gonna Browns. Adrian Peterson and Le'Veon Bell are scheduled to fight in a boxing match in LA.
No. Oh, no. I don't know. Nobody should see that. Nobody should tell them to do that.
Well, apparently it's happening. You know, who knows? Who do you think wins that? Adrian Peterson or Le'Veon Bell?
AP all day, baby. Like
Agreed.
We've seen him beat his kids. You don't think he's fought a few with grown-ups in his life? Like, dude, AP is gonna whoop him.
He's gonna switch things up, huh?
I think so.
Well, all right.
Le'Veon Bell's been practicing Fortnite. AP spanks his kid every day. I know who my money's on.
Yeah,
who's putting that on? Is that Triller?
Probably.
Oh my god, I think Triller.
I think it's a charity boxing thing. But
better have a lot of chairs in that charity.
Now we go to the college sports world. Arch Manning has committed to Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, he is the son of Cooper Manning and the nephew of Peyton and Eli.
Yeah. How do you think that's going to go?
It's going to be interesting because that means that we now have two of the past three number one rated quarterbacks on the roster essentially at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see it now. It's a big game. Arch Manning goes back and hits some receiver. Couldn't tell you anyone else on the Longhorns, but hits some receiver, and the announcers go wild, and the crowd goes nuts, and then it shows the score, and they still got beat by Alabama 55-10. So get fucked, Longhorns. Arch Manning's not going to save you.
I hate you for that.
I know you do, but you also like it.
I mean, it's not wrong because, like, and in all honesty, when it comes to these high school kids and how you think they're going to do in college, you're wrong 90% of the time.
100%. It's impossible to gauge like how people transition. I knew state champion wrestlers that, never started in college. I never won state, and I started 4 years. That's not saying I'm good. I just got lucky at being on a not that good team at the right time, but you never know.
This is on the local end. Lincoln Keenholz, the quarterback from Pierre, is committed to Washington.
Oh, cool. Is that where he picked?
Yeah.
Nice. Good for him.
It was down to 4 schools. It was Washington, Wisconsin. I know North Dakota State was in there. I forget who the 4th one is, but yeah, he's going to Washington.
I'm glad he went to Washington. Out of the 4 schools, I think I remember hating that one the least. So,
Wyoming. That was the other one.
Wyoming would be cool.
Yeah, but that means he will be with the coach at Washington is Kalen DeBoer. He is from South Dakota, I think somewhere in the Del Rapids, Watertown area.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. And then finally, Imani Bates, who is a player for the Memphis basketball team, their coach is Penny Hardaway. I believe you know who that is.
I feel like I've heard that name.
Well, Shaq and Penny back in the 90s, back in the Orlando Magic.
Sure.
That's the coach at Memphis. So anyways, Imani Bates is transferring from Memphis to Eastern Michigan.
Yeah. Interesting.
What a weird, Memphis is a big school, in a good conference, in Conference USA. But you want to go to Eastern Michigan?
What conference is that in?
The MAC.
Okay, well, the MAC's pretty awful, so
yeah,
maybe he wants to get back to an NCAA tournament, because with Conference USA, it's not guaranteed.
Memphis was just in the NCAA tournament.
I know they were, but that doesn't mean they'll go back again. There's a lot of other teams that could knock them off in the tournament or in the conference tournament.
But yeah, I mean, it's just a peculiar school choice. It's like, can you imagine somebody from I'm not saying that this is a good equivalency here, but imagine somebody going from UConn to, I don't know, USD.
Maybe.
Yeah,
it's certainly a weird choice, but
yeah. I do have a couple of questions here for you.
Okay.
What do you how many wins do you have the Jags having this year?
I'm gonna say 6 or 7.
All right. Have you ever bet on sports before?
Twice.
Yeah.
I did it wasn't Roto Ballers. It might have been FanDuel. I did that once. I put $5 in and they matched it. So they gave me $5 more. So I played for 2 weeks. I didn't win anything, but I was close both times, but I'm just That's not really for me.
Yeah, but you,
I
I
don't
mean,
bet on individual games or anything.
okay. Well, if you did, I have just a solution for you.
Okay.
Um, and it's called betonline.net. Yes, this is the ad this week. So, betonline.net is your number one source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find out all the latest sports developments, league reviews, and news, including Major League Baseball, MMA, boxing, and golf. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sports wagering information, including live betting, esports, and scores. And betonline.net remains the best spot for all your sports scores, podcasts, and news this season. BetOnline.net is the fastest and easiest way to check in on all your favorite sports and events. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends and action. BetOnline, where the game starts. I actually went online on the website today, and they actually have a good kind of how-to guide on how to bet on sports. So that was kind of interesting. Um, are you ready to be nice?
I think so. I'm looking up Bet Online.
Oh,
It was
okay.
such a good advertisement that I am looking at it right now.
Well, there you go. So, our draft this week, since it's the 69th episode, is
Nice.
is the nice things draft. Now, how did you make your selections?
Um, I made my selections kind of based on past experiences of like I don't really do something and think nice in the moment, but I'll like look back on it. Maybe it's nostalgia or maybe it's just, whatever, but it's like, that was nice.
Yeah.
I like that. That was a nice feeling. So I think I went with mostly things that make me feel nice.
Okay. Okay. So, I know this is my show, but I'm going to do the nice thing, and I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh, that is a nice thing. Number one, it'd be difficult not to go with this. But I went with a meal after some sporting event, whether it's with your friends, teammates, or parents. So this could be like going to Pizza Hut after a baseball game, Hutch's after football, or anywhere, any gas station coming back from a wrestling tournament. The community and the camaraderie is something that still resonates with me to this day. And that's why it's my number one. It's one of the things that I always thought, this is fun. I like this. This is nice.
Now, whenever you wrestled in Stanley County, maybe this was just us. Did you ever go to like Pizza Ranch?
Not really, because it was so close to home that we just usually went back.
Okay.
I think I went to the China Buffet a few times, and Subway was a popular one. But yeah, most of the time, I think we just went back home.
Okay. My first pick is and this actually happened to me this week. I went to the gym. There was this older gentleman named Larry, and
And he wasn't wearing a towel in the shower. That's an interesting, nice pick.
he didn't know who I was. I I kind of I had seen him around. He had no idea who I was, but he just gave me a compliment. So a bunch of compliments. So compliments from strangers is my first overall pick.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah. Basically he told me that, that I, you know, looked like I had visibly lost weight, that I was looking good, that, I would look good in a suit. Just 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 some nice compliments.
You will look good in a suit. What kind of suit would you get?
Ooh.
Putting on a suit that looks good is also a really nice feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever
Um
done that or the last time you've done that, but it's
Usually I do that around um state tournaments and stuff.
Sure, sure.
But yeah, that's my first overall pick.
Yeah.
My second, and this is something that I actually did as a job, um, and that is helping put other people's groceries in their car.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, I feel like you don't see that very much anymore.
Not so much, no.
Like you have, people bagging your groceries for you, but how often are they taking your groceries to your car for you? Not often.
Yeah, almost never. Well, I mean, you almost can't anymore. There's like liability issues now, which sucks. Like legal issues get in the way of everything.
Yeah. What's your second and third picks?
All right, number two. Uh, it's a snow day with your best
Oh,
friend. That feeling of not having any responsibilities, that's one of the best feelings ever. And so whether it's snowball fights when you're a kid or video games when you're in high school to even just floor naps, it's just like, fuck, I don't have to do anything today. I'm going to take a nap on the floor. I have memories from, you know, all throughout school, all the way to college, and fond memories of those very precious snow days.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um, I feel like snow days are something that don't exist when you're in college.
Not as often, which is why when you do get one, you make the most of it, and it's
Oh
even
yeah.
that more sweet. So I think we had two ever when I was in college at Northern, and it was because the teachers couldn't get to school. So
Yeah.
it was that was always a really fun day.
Like when it was like I remember one day, and you probably remember this the exact same day, because Brookings and Aberdeen were not that far apart. There was one day where it was like -49, and
Yeah, that sounds right.
they canceled school just because like it's too damn cold to be walking outside from class to class.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, that's a nice pick. What's your number three pick?
finding money on the ground,
Oh,
preferably cash amounts. Although as I have gone through apartment after apartment or dorm after dorm, quarters are good too. But finding a nice dollar bill or occasionally, a 20, it's like, oh,
oh yeah.
the money gods are smiling on me.
Have you
So
ever? Well, first of all, I have two questions about this. Number one, does it matter if it's a coin? Does it matter if it's facing heads up or down?
no, superstition is for dumb people. That's that's a horse shit. Pick it up or
Okay.
leave it. One of the two. It's not like heads up, lucky up, or whatever. But
And the second thing is, and I know this has happened to me on several occasions. Have you ever like randomly found money in like your pocket that you don't remember was there?
not as often as I used to because I really don't carry cash anymore. But yeah, I do remember being like broke or pretty close to broke, and you find some money in your pocket. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
going to the general store, about to be broke again.
Um, so my number three pick, this is something that I used to do. It's probably something I'll continue to do. Um, say you're working in an office or in some sort of setting where there's other people, and you bring treats to the office. So bringing treats to the office, pizza, maybe bring like a big sub that you can share with the rest of the people. Some like a you know like one of those big boxes of like Blizzards from Dairy Queen, something like that.
Yeah, I did the wall drug donuts earlier this spring, and that was faces lit up. It was pretty cool. That was a
Oh,
nice feeling.
oh yeah. And this is one um that that I've been the beneficiary of. Um and it's giving your boss a good word about a potential future employee.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, I've had that happen on my behalf very recently. So that's why I'm working for the Trappers, honestly.
Someone put in
Is
a good word for you.
Yep,
Nice.
yep. And
I've done that
so
a few times, and then that person turns out to be a shithead. Sometimes they turn out great, but it's
uh
a double-edged sword.
is uh is Mr. Spyro amongst us?
He's somewhere. I think he's blowing
Oh,
up his girlfriend. I mean, bed.
oh Jesus. Okay. What's your number five, our fourth and fifth picks?
All right, I'm gonna go with a hot beverage on a cold winter morning when the light hits the window just right, and there's like steam rolling out the cup, and you're just like, I don't know, content. It's a nice feeling.
Okay.
It goes along with snow days where you don't have shit to do. So,
Okay.
so there's
What's
four.
your preferred like hot beverage?
Coffee, at
You
least in the
put
morning.
you put cream in that? Do you have a preferred
No,
coffee brand?
I like Bones coffee.
Ooh,
It's got different flavors. I'm currently on a cotton candy kick right now.
what?
It's delicious. They have one called Electric Unicorn. That's Fruity Pebbles flavored. It's
What?
amazing. Yeah, I got a whole pantry full of them, and it's legit. It's the best coffee I've ever had.
Now, is it ground coffee or is it Keurig K cups? Like, what are we talking here?
I don't have a grinder yet. At some point, I probably will pick one up, but right now it's just ground.
Okay,
But at some point, I'll get you know whole beans, and then I'll just do it myself.
okay,
They cost the same though, so it's like I don't know. I'm not into making more work for myself.
yeah. Lately I've been drinking kind of Girl Scout cookie flavored coffee.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. There's this one where it's thin mint. I had that one. Went through that easily. I went through the Samoas or the caramel delight flavored ones, and
I
now
bet
I'm
those are delicious.
yeah, and now I'm on to trefoils.
Okay, what's a
So
trefoil?
I don't know. I think it's like the shortbread one. It's it's the
Okay, that's probably all right.
it's the cookie I don't get.
Yeah, that cookie is basically made for coffee anyway, so it makes
Yeah.
sense that they made that into a flavor.
Speaking of coffee, and I found something at Walmart the other day. I didn't review it, but I figured I should let you know, and also all of my friends that might um be interested in something like this. And it is a Hostess. You know how they make donuts. They made, and it sounds disgusting, but it's actually really good.
Okay.
It's like coffee or caffeinated donuts, and one of them is like caramel macchiato flavored donut. Tastes pretty much like the caramel macchiato,
Okay.
and then the other one is like a chocolate mocha donut, which tastes like a chocolate mocha drink a little bit, but it's in a donut form. A lot of people love donuts with their coffee, so
That's true. That's a easy conversion right into that.
yeah. So now,
Nice.
so now you got all that in one.
There you
What's your
go.
what's your fifth pick?
Having someone from your past come back into your life in a more meaningful way than they were before. Um,
Oh,
Yeah,
is there anybody you're thinking of?
Oh, I don't know. You can probably guess.
Oh,
Aw. See, that was a nice
good,
thing.
good job, Shay.
No, not Shay. Also, kind of Shay, but
All right, all right. Yeah, this isn't my pick, but I
are you
mean,
crying right now?
no, no.
It's okay if I
Um,
touched. It's okay if I touched your heart.
uh, so it's kind of along the similar route. Have you ever been like enemies with somebody, or like been friends with somebody, then been enemies, and then gone back to being friends?
Maybe. Um, like maybe once. Yeah,
Okay,
and it was just like I don't know. It was probably dumb too, but
yeah. That's me and Bryce Seiler almost weekly.
oh sure.
Shout out Bryce. Um, doesn't know technology well enough to ever be on the show, but
Yeah.
yeah. Um, my last pick. So, um, this one has happened to me a lot. Um, because I'm a single guy. I tend to not get too many things at the store. Um,
Uh-huh.
and that, and there will be people that have like a lot of stuff at a store, in their carts. And so this person, there will be a person um, that will let me cut in front of them in line, um, to, going through the checkout because I have less stuff than they do. So they'll be like, you know what? No, you go in front of me. Go ahead. I'm like, oh, really? Okay, cool. Yeah, you were expecting to wait a lot longer than you ended up waiting, and
I almost feel too bad to ever take him up on it.
so that's happened to you too, huh?
Yeah, I mean a couple times. And I've done that as well. If you go first. I know I have two things, but you have one. You go ahead.
Yeah. Um, I have a couple of honorable mentions. How about yourself?
I didn't have any other honorable mentions. I those were the five nicest things I could think of.
Okay. Giving someone a gift randomly, or just something like that. Like
That
it
can
does.
bite you in the ass.
It can.
I've seen it happen. I don't think I'll ever do it again because of what happened. But
Yeah, there's a girl running around young Norwood, Young America, Minnesota, right now with an elephant keychain that I gave her. But
I
nah,
bet, yeah, I'm sure
but
she still has it and cherishes it.
oh, I'm sure. Um, and all that, but like randomly, a lot of times I'll get gifts from parents, thanking me for what I do.
Yeah, that's a cool. I'd imagine that's a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah. Um, returning your cart to the cart corral. I know that's a theme of a lot of the show. I just think it's nice when you see people actually make the effort to return the cart to the cart corral instead of being a selfish dickhead.
I don't even think that's nice. I just think that's being courteous as opposed to the person that just leaves it out in the parking lot like a fuckwad.
Yeah. And then lastly, having your meal paid for at a restaurant by someone else.
So I thought about that, like the whole pay it forward thing. Um, Something I've tried to remember to do a few times, but I never do. I always like get home and I'm like, should have paid it forward that time.
Yeah, I don't have enough money to pay for somebody else's meal.
I'm always worried that I'm going to end up paying for like a family of six's meal.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, you don't have to. There's six of us. And I'll be like, oh, okay, you're right.
I've never done this, but I've always wanted to. But again, I've never been rich enough to do this. I've always wanted to get to the level of of monetary gain where I can pay for a round for everybody.
If you go to a really small bar, you can do that. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, that's basically the show. Do you have any thoughts before the after show?
No, I think that's pretty much it. I think we covered uh basically everything that was happening in the world of sports and of all that is nice.
Yep. Um,
What are you watching? Are you saving it for your blog?
I'll go ahead and tell you. I'm at the final Resident Evil movie.
Oh my God.
I know
Why
these.
are you doing that?
I don't know. They're bad. They're very, very bad.
Yeah.
I think you warned me that they were bad, and I didn't. I didn't believe you, and I am sorry.
Okay. That's fair.
Yep.
Come to
But
the conclusion on your own.
yep. But by the way, I have this weird habit, because I own. I mean, we've talked about this a lot with my DVD collection. I have this habit now, and I can't seem to shake it. Where I have to watch the special features on the DVD, not the commentaries, but like the behind the scenes featurettes.
I don't even know if DVDs did that anymore.
Yeah, they do, and it takes forever sometimes.
Yeah, I would imagine there's like hours of content on that disc.
Yeah, but yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe to this video. Subscribe on all of our podcast platforms. Launchpad One, Spotify, Apple, Tune in. Did I say Amazon? I think I said Amazon. Um, but yeah, thanks for watching and listening.